Of you creating good chances throughout the game, especially in the first half. Why do you think Newcastle was able to keep more control of the game and in the end win?
Because we needed to generate a moment. We clearly had a moment in the first half, and on that one we didn't capitalize. The next action is the long ball when we concede they go immediately, and obviously in that moment momentum shifts, and you need a goal. You need a goal as early as possible, or very early in the second half, and we have managed to do that, and the game slowly started to get away from us.
Yeah, that moment, the Odegaard hitting the post, is it one of those things in football where you just get severely punished a minute later with Jacob Murphy's goal?
Yeah, but these are the margins. We got very punished as well in the first leg, and they've been more efficient than us in the boxes. That's clear, and that's been the difference in the tie.
Do you feel you could have dealt with your emotions better throughout this match, especially in those first 20 to 25 minutes?
I think later in the game that obviously you start to get more tired, and you know that you have a big mountain to climb, and to play in these conditions is harder. But yeah, I suffer for the boys.
And do you feel like this was key to not be able to change this tie in the second half? Frustration just piling up.
Well, you have to score 3 or 4 goals, you know, and to do that in that period of time, especially when in that moment we were generating enough situations with enough clarity. It was difficult, and as I said, the game started to get away from us.
The second goal, Newcastle's second goal, do you feel like it's an example of the way you guys were defending? You were a bit unsettled compared to other matches.
Yeah, we were very in 50-50 balls, when clearances, when we have to take touches, we give them another chance as well from one regain in our last line as well. So yeah, that's things to improve, and today in that aspect as well, we're in our best.
How frustrating is it not to reach a final, considering all you've been doing in the past few years? And a lot of people would argue that you could have more, you deserve more silverware, that you need more silverware. How frustrating is it?
The margins are so small, and you need to be on the day very efficient. That's the margins that takes you very close to winning trophies, and today we weren't as well.
And now you have a training camp in Dubai. It worked well last season. So looking to the Champions League title race and Premier League title race, what do you expect to take from these days?
And now, obviously, you have to digest this one that is painful, and tomorrow will be a different day.
Thank you, Mikel.
Thank you.
Thoughts, boys, on what Mikel had to say there?
Yes, Grella, what's your thoughts?
Well, you know, you had a good point what you just said to me, but efficiency, he says many times. To me, if he looks at that game and says that the reason why they lost the tie over 2 legs and lost the earlier Premier League game is just simply efficiency in the box, I think that might be a small element to it. But I think that he got outmanaged, and I think that he doesn't have a response if he has to play Newcastle again. He doesn't have a response for teams that will play with the 3 center-back system with 2 wing-backs and hit on the counter. They found success against the Man City side that plays with a high line, that want to do what they want to do. They want to get into your face. They want to press you. But I think you'll always struggle against teams, and Arsenal will always struggle against teams that are organized like that and will defend. And that, you know, Gordon says that they can't physically bully. They can't physically push around. I think he'll always struggle with teams like that. And I don't think he knows what adjustment to make if they face a team like Newcastle again.
Every word Mikel Arteta said about the Newcastle loss, Martinelli's injury, Isak's talent, and the trophy setback. Mikel Arteta faced the media after disappointing 2-0 loss to Newcastle United in the League Cup semi-final, a match that denied Arsenal another shot at silverware. With that opportunity gone, the focus now shifts to the UEFA Champions League and Premier League title races. In the post-match press conference, Arteta was asked about Gabriel Martinelli's injury and referenced the upcoming trip to Dubai. He reflected on the team's performance and offered a somewhat expected response regarding the impressive talent displayed by Alexander Isak. When asked about the team's overall performance, Arteta expressed, "We had high expectations and believed we could turn the game around. We needed to build momentum, especially in the first half." The match began with them scoring almost immediately, and then having a goal disallowed. "We had some significant moments, especially with Martin, but we didn't capitalize on the next opportunity, and they scored. That changed everything. We needed to stay calm and aim to score as early as possible. We struggled to do that in the first half, even though we had another great chance. In the second half, we started to lose our grip as the game progressed, and we didn't create enough situations in the final third. The game slipped away from us. Arteta was then asked if Newcastle is now one of the toughest opponents in English football. He confirmed, yes, they are indeed a difficult opponent. When questioned about Martin Odegaard's chance that could have made it 2-1, Arteta noted how close the margins are at this level. When you want to reach the final, every opportunity counts. They've been very effective in their box in our last 2 meetings, and we haven't. Overall, that's been the key difference. Today, we were a bit unstable, especially when the game became chaotic or when they played directly. Normally, we're much more composed, but we lacked that today, and the game got away from us. He provided an update on Martinelli's situation. He felt something in his thigh. He didn't feel comfortable continuing, so we'll have an MRI tomorrow to assess the extent of the injury. With 11 matches in 36 days, the toll on the players was evident. Arteta acknowledged the importance of the upcoming break. I wouldn't say that we lost because of exhaustion, especially after a loss. We've played so many games every 3 days, and we knew this would be an intense match. It was emotionally charged, and we needed to believe until the end that we could do it. But before we knew it, the game slipped away. When asked if this felt like a missed opportunity for a cup final, he responded solemnly, when you reach the semi-final and don't make it to the final, it hurts. With 2 trophies still up for grabs, Arteta was asked how they would bounce back from this setback. Yes, we need to digest this loss, it's difficult. We had high hopes, aware of the tough challenge given our result from London, but there's nothing we can do about it now. What we can control is looking ahead. It will be painful, but while we're in Dubai, we'll recharge and prepare to push forward because there's still much to play for. Reflecting on the first half, he noted, we made it very hard for ourselves. Defensively, we were uncharacteristically careless at times, making errors we don't usually see from this team. As a coach, I attribute that to the nature of football. Errors happen. We've been very consistent and composed, but today we gave them hope with long balls into our defense. That made us vulnerable, allowing them to exploit those situations. They are a dangerous team when given the chance. When asked about Newcastle's defensive setup and the challenges posed by Isak, Arteta remarked, I'm not here to assess opposing players, but it's clear he had 2 significant opportunities, and you know what happened. Arteta's insights reveal not just the challenges faced on the pitch, but the emotional weight of the loss and the determination to regroup as the season continues.